All right, so we've got the clamp off right there. Little 11 millimeter. This thing is pretty old. I'm just gonna replace that clamp once I get this gasket out. Everything in there looks kind of rusted for some reason. Well, this is just an old system. This is more than 10 years old, this truck. And I know I'm the one that's really broken this thing down. People before me didn't do that, at least as far as I can tell. No shame on them. They got what they needed to get done with this, and now it's my turn. So I want to get this off, but I can't move this because if you go up back towards the doser, DPF doser, got that flex pipe right there. I need to take this. This is like a U-bolt, I guess. What you call that? That is kind of joining it right there. What I need to do is get that U-bolt off, or at least loosened. I don't need to take the whole pipe out right here. I just need to be able to swivel this and move this around so I can get a gasket on and get a new clamp on. So I gotta get those two right here off, or loosened, that is. And they look pretty tight, so I'm gonna spray some stuff on them and come back. So this U-bolt, it's a little bit of a bother to get to, 9/16. And look at the back side of it. But with the camera, then it came from my head all up in here. But I'm trying to get that U-bolt. I loosened it, so now I can at least move this right here. But I need to be able to get it up so I can get the gasket out and get the new one in. So I'm probably gonna have to take this whole U-bolt out, even though I'm trying to do it the easy way. It looks like I'm not gonna be able to do that. It's not really difficulty, it's just a little hassle, a little time. So I'm gonna take those two nuts from that bolt all the way off, pull the bolt out of that housing right there. And I guess everything won't fall down because where the bolt is attached right there, you can see it's got two larger bolts attaching to the frame. So that thing is gonna stay there. So it shouldn't be much of an issue. So let me get that off. All right, so you got to take the bolt out. I took the bolt out, and this is a separate little piece. So this is gonna be facing in like that as I'm putting it back in. It's gonna be facing like that, and then I'm gonna work the bolt in from the other side, from the driver's side, basically. Or on the passenger side, of course, right now. Those are the two nuts that are on the bolt. So yeah, that's how it's gonna work. But now that I've got all that off, just taking a note so I'll put it back together properly. Now you can see it's free of this part on the frame right here. So I can move this pipe around a little bit more. I mean, I could do more if I take this clamp back here off, but I don't want to do all that if I don't have to. Now we got this open now, so that's what I want to get to. I was trying to get this gasket right here is trash. You see it's all sitted up. You see this whole area sitted up, and it's all because of a leak from right here that appeared once I started fixing the other leaks in the system. And that's how it works. It's kind of like the air compressor, and it's working down to the brakes and all that. If you get a leak in that system somewhere in those lines, a lot of times another one will appear. Another leak will appear once you repair the leak that you find. All right, this looks like the right gasket. I think I've got the right one. It's like that one and these two right here on the decomp tube. These are all the same, I think, as far as I can tell. As I'm dropping it everywhere, I'm gonna get it dirty before it's even sitted up properly. So that one is gonna go there, then it's gonna flip around like that on that one, and on this one, of course, it's right there. And I got a clamp in the truck. Let me grab that. Yeah, that's the one. See, I thought it was too big when I got it from the guy. So you see that, and that's the old one that I'm about to take off, or that I have taken off, about to replace. So yeah, this is pretty simple right here. Hopefully that leak once I close it up. But first things first. So I'm gonna do something on the outside too. So when I put everything together, I'm gonna wipe some of this down, or somehow get some of this sit off. I don't know if I'm able to. Maybe a sandpaper or some kind of cloth like that. That way I'll be able to tell if anything else is going on, if and when it does. When I've got the new gasket on there, And I remembered I need to put the bolt on first. You gotta do it backwards on the way you did it. So I got the bolt and that little framing, little guide or whatever for the bolt. You need to get that in there first, but not tighten it, so that you can still move it around a little bit, and then you kind of work the gasket in. I'm definitely no expert here. This is the first time I'm doing any of this, but I'm just making sure the gasket and everything is seated correctly. So I'm not trying to do this again, even though, like I said, it's not very difficult. It just takes paying attention to what you're doing, and hopefully I've got that lined up right before I tighten the bolt back up, and then putting the clamp on at the end. Or either way, it's pretty much in place now. I can pretty much do what I want now. I can put the bolts on, tighten them up, or I can put this clamp on, because it looks like I've got my gasket on correctly. You can look at this old this is the old one. It's like I started noticing, I mean, they're all suited up, of course, but it's like they have these bites in them, or holes in them when I take them off. And then somebody told me, if you're gonna replace the gasket because you know there's a leak, you might as well just go ahead and replace the clamp too. Just go ahead and do that. Just on GP, general principle, I guess. I never really knew what GP stood for. I just knew it meant, hey, you might as well just go ahead and do it just because, I guess. So on GP, just go ahead and replace the clamp. I probably could reuse this one, but it's probably a bad idea. I might keep it around though. Might be just an emergency kind of thing. Never know about supply chains and all that stuff. Might keep it in storage or something like that. But go ahead and tighten it up and see what's up.